Hey, I'm Shelby.
I'm Courtney.
We're exploring our past
Looking forward to the future,
and living for the present, all while
all while
learning how
learning
to
how to live
live
magically.
magically. This is
And cut. Hey, Shelby, what's your takeaway?
My takeaway for today is don't try to cancel something that shouldn't be canceled.
Amen. Are we referring to happily ever after
We
here?
are referring to happily ever after. They tried to get rid
Love
of
it.
it and they couldn't because it's not meant to be canceled.
Not meant to be canceled.
It's their best work. Today, we of course touch a lot on Happily Ever After because it is returning, and we were finally able to find time to give all of our thoughts on the D23 announcements. So we go over that, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Let's jump into it. All right, we're here. Did you know today's episode 10?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, you wouldn't know from that intro, but today is episode 10.
Yeah, you wouldn't know that we've practiced this before.
But we're here. Episode 10. Crazy.
Here we are.
Here we are. We're running out of things to talk about. No, I'm just kidding. We have a good episode today. But first, I want to recap some stuff because last week all we did was recap our trip and we lived a lot of life in the weeks before then.
I know it.
So you went to Denver.
I did. I went to Denver. I went to visit one of my best friends, Megan.
Hey, Megan.
She lives there. So we had a great time. We rode horses. We saw some beautiful sights. We went to all the local bars. We went to this awesome place you would have loved that was like a charcuterie restaurant, but you could pick like which things you wanted on your plate.
So they literally just like made you custom charcuterie boards?
Custom charcuterie, and everybody got their own.
So cool. Wow.
It was so cool.
Maybe I need to open one
that
here.
place. Yeah. What about you? Where were you?
I went to Vegas.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. For your wedding.
Yeah, we did some wedding planning. We were only there for like 2 days, but all was well and good. I don't hate Vegas, so that's a plus.
Nice.
But partly maybe because I got to see Derek Huff and I got a selfie with Derek Huff.
Thanks to your hubby.
What?
Thanks to your hubby.
Oh, yeah. He like made sure that happened because I was like ready to walk away. I didn't want to like bombard him. And he's like, no, we're getting this selfie. And it was incredible. Yes. Loved it. And we saw his dance show, which was so good. But that was beside the point. Vegas. What did we do in Vegas? We did our food tasting. I saw both for our wedding venues, met with our wedding planner. I did my hair and makeup trial. We did a lot.
Beautiful.
Thank you. So I was very excited. Feel like great now that we met everybody. I was kind of stressed before because I felt like I was almost like reaching out to these people and like wanting answers, like especially the wedding planner. But turns out in Vegas, they just do this all the time. So like they could plan what I'm planning in a year. They could plan it in a week. Like this is,
nice.
So easy to them. So that was great. I did have one story to tell you about wedding planning.
Okay.
Which you knew when I was with you last week. I told you that my wedding dress had come in.
Right.
And it was getting delivered. So it was getting delivered the day I flew home from you.
Okay.
And I see that the UPS guy is at my door on my like Ring doorbell. We're on our way home from the airport. And we needed a signature for the dress, which is good. But of course, yes. We weren't home. So then I saw him walk away, and I think he went to my aunt and uncle's house, which is right next door, to get their signature because he knows small town issues. The UPS driver knows. And they weren't home either. So I get a random call. I don't pick up because I don't pick up numbers I don't know. And then I get a text that says, like, this is your UPS driver, so-and-so. Give me a call back when you get a chance. So I call him. I know. So I call him, and he's like, hey, so I have this package for you that needs like a signature. And I'm pretty sure it's like a wedding gown or something. And I was like, yeah, it is. And he's like, so usually if I don't get the signature, I just like send it back to my warehouse. And they usually send it to like a Michael's for like pickup. But I don't know what's going to happen to it then. Like, what's the deal here? And I was like, well, I'm like an hour away, but like, can you sign it on my behalf? Like, you can still leave it at the door. It's fine. And he was like, yeah, I can sign it on your behalf. And all worked out. But yeah, the UPS
What a
driver
hero.
called me.
What a hero.
I mean, granted, he is the same UPS driver that like used to deliver to me at the dragway and then used to deliver to my parents' house. And like, we used to get a lot of Pixie packages. So like, he knows sort of me a little bit, but not enough to call me to like make sure I got my package. So thanks, UPS driver.
Well, good babe.
I know. So that was that story for you.
High five to UPS.
Yes, not USPS.
No, never.
Not right now. I'm like a little stressed. It's like Monday. Pixie is about to kick off like the busy season. It's just like.
Wait, did you release Christmas boxes?
I released them in 2 days. So by the time this airs, they would have been released.
Oh my gosh.
And then it's like bam, bam, bam. You know how it is. But I'm just like in busy mode. So like Christmas is about to come out. And then it's, Christmas goes right into Black Friday. And then I'm soon about to start coaching cheer again. Also planning a wedding.
You're in it to win it.
The next 4 months are about to get crazy. And we're doing this. But it's fine. All is well and good. All is well and good.
Tell me, I have a Pixie question.
Okay.
This year, do you feel like your Halloween was more popular or your Christmas? I know you don't know yet about Christmas, but like, what's your thought? What's the vibe?
Christmas. It's always Christmas. But I think that goes to, we've talked about this a lot, is like I'm very true to my brand. And my brand is Christmas, right? Like I am the girl who loves Christmas more than anything. So while I did release some pretty good Halloween stuff this year, which I don't usually do, I still feel like Christmas will be better just because it's my brand and it's just what I do. And people, I'm very blessed that I almost feel like people expect a great Christmas from me. So,
and I think they do. But like this shirt this year is amazing. So
I love it so much, and people really raved about it. I shared it last night, so it was great. Anyway, speaking of business, I have before you've said once that we're going to share business tips on here, and I have a business / life tip, and I talked about this on Instagram, and I'm going to go into like a TED talk here, and I think you're going to agree with me. But I had this thought before that, as you know, there's Starbucks pumpkin cream cold brew, which you tried for the first time with me last week.
I order every day. Yep.
Well, they've been doing it for like 3 or 4 years now. I believe. Wow. Yeah. So welcome to Starbucks. Hello. Dunkin' Donuts, like probably either this year or last year. I know you don't like Dunkin' Donuts, but Dunkin' Donuts decided to make their own pumpkin cream cold brew. Now, my business tip here, or tip in general, is to just be original and be you. So there's big brands out here, like Dunkin' Donuts, can't even come up with their own coffee, pumpkin cream cold brew, and copies Starbucks. Yet Dunkin' Donuts is disgusting. It's so gross. They don't even use like a frothed foam. They use like a whipped cream. Now, don't get me wrong. I actually like Dunkin's pumpkin sauce better than Starbucks pumpkin sauce. It's just like sweeter and more.
Pumpkin.
Yes, but I'm just saying that a big brand company went and copied another big brand and just did not do it nearly as good. So my business tip here is to be original no matter what you're doing. And I don't even mean that really as a business tip, but also just in life in general. Like, be true to yourself and own it.
Yes.
So that was my tip.
Makes me think of that 98 Degrees song from Mulan, True to Your Heart.
I don't.
You don't know it? It's
I don't think it.
You gotta be true to your heart. That's all I got.
Great. No, don't know it.
Well, anyway, be true to your heart. Be true to your brand.
Be true to your
Don't
heart.
be someone you're not.
Yes. And when you think, and this is my next thing, is that when you think you're running out of ideas, I get stuck on this a lot, and I'm sure you did with Mouse to Your House. You're like, how am I ever going to come up with more and more and more? And then I think of Taylor Swift, who comes out with how many songs? You know how many songs she has, and how many other people are writing songs, yet she is still creating and making new songs, making hits, and doing great things?
Yup.
And I don't mean
if you're
just
born with a gift,
well,
shine.
well, right, especially if you're Taylor Swift. But I mean that in all companies, in all aspects, like they're still coming up with new things. So there's new things to be created, whether you're in a,
Yes.
you know what I mean?
And there's even like, I wouldn't be mad if Dunkin' had done like a pumpkin coffee, some kind of spin on a pumpkin coffee, because Starbucks doesn't own, I think Dunkin' Donuts is disgusting, but like Starbucks doesn't own the monopoly on coffee.
No, of course,
So
of course.
they can do like a pumpkin flavor, but the
Absolutely.
fact
And
they're
like,
literally knocking off verbatim
right, that
the
is what I mean.
coffee, that's like embarrassing.
Like, I understand that all coffee shops are going to have pumpkin spice, but I mean, like, they literally took a pumpkin cream cold brew, called it a pumpkin cream cold brew, and tried to
Yeah.
make it, but didn't. That's my point. Like, obviously, it's a coffee shop, so there's like only so much you can do. And just like Pixie, I'm not like over here making record-breaking T-shirts. I'm just my designs are. But I'm just saying, like, my designs are like I try to be more original with my designs. Anyways,
Agree. Good tip. Good tip.
there's my TED Talk. But while we're
I like
on the same topic of how are you going to keep coming up with new things, I would like to discuss all things D23.
Stop.
Oh,
Roll it back.
okay.
Can we do a review of the week?
Oh, yeah, we can.
I love a
Wow.
review of the week. I love when you read them to me too.
I know. We have even more now. We're getting a lot of questions on how to leave your review. And while I think it's mostly on Apple, if you're not listening on Apple, you can still give like the 5-star, but you can't actually make a comment on Spotify. But if you go on YouTube, any comments there will also take as reviews and we will read them. But today I have one on Apple. It was a 5-star. The title is, the kids would say, it just hits different.
Hey!
She says, I am loving starting my week with Shelby and Courtney. They've both built amazing communities on social media, and this podcast feels like a natural extension of that. It's fun to hear more about their personal lives, their opinions on all things Disney, plus just really practical tips and combos that make my day a little bit more magical. Not me talking along. I struggle with reading these. Not me talking along with them each time I listen. Great job, ladies. Looking forward to many more episodes. Very, very sweet.
I love that.
I love that she called this. She said that we built amazing communities on social media, because I do feel that. And we've definitely and we started building our little community on our Facebook group, Living Magically Podcast. Join it if you haven't. So I do like that she called it a community.
I do too. And like, there are people. So I also love that she was like, I'm talking along with you guys, because like, we're really just talking along with you.
And so many people say that like they're just like talking out loud, like in their car to us, which is fun. So hi, everybody. How are you? How's your drive to work? You planning a trip? What's new?
Hope you got pumpkin coffee from Starbucks.
Not Dunkin' Donuts.
But we won't judge you.
Pick up a mop on your way home.
Pick up a mop or use my Amazon link. Hey.
Oh. Okay. Now can we discuss D23?
Yeah, we can totally unpack D23. I'm ready.
All right, cool. So I have some notes here and I broke it down into like, we're not going to touch on everything. There was so much that was announced on D23. I broke it down to more things that kind of interest us. So there's not a whole lot of like Star Wars, Marvel stuff in here, but stuff that I know that we generally like.
Well, and I would just like to say that this list was sourced from the source of truth and knowledge.
Yes.
Kate provided this for me. She knows that I like can't keep up with all things D23 when it's happening live. So she will just live text me like single sentence updates. She'll be like, Happily Ever After is coming back. Cruise lines are building a new ship. Mickey Mouse is the best.
I feel like we name drop Kate here, but like we've never really given her. Oh, hello, I'm Kate. So Kate is another friend that was in the infamous Facebook group, and we will have her on the podcast eventually, sooner than later. She is one little spark on Instagram, and when this one comes out, we'll share her thing. So her handle, her Instagram, so you all can go follow her, because she's got some knowledge and a small business.
She does.
Okay, so I have it broken down in like movies, TVs, Disneyland, and then Disney World.
Okay, great.
So we're going to start with movies. Okay? The one that
Okay.
stood out the most to me was the little teaser trailer they released for The Little Mermaid.
Yes.
We're gonna roll the tape now of the
Roll the
trailer.
tape.
Roll the tape. Hofo.
Out of the sea, wish I could be part of that world.
So, oh well, you are Ariel. That's your thing.
Yep.
Give me your takes.
I love Ariel. I love the preview. The girl has a dope voice.
Amazing.
Like, amazing. She gave me chills. So here for that.
Also, I did read its release date is sometime in summer of 2023. So that's like coming up quick,
Yeah.
kind of.
My like negative on it is that it's a live action, and that's just because like I don't really care about any of the live action movies.
Really?
But yeah, it's not for me.
Okay. Interesting. I like them.
I like Aladdin. Aladdin was a good one.
Aladdin was probably my favorite live action so far. This live action, I just need to know how. Like, how are they doing that? Like, this, what do they call it? Cinematography is like unreal.
Unreal, and the way her hair moves.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
In water.
It's like she's literally underwater, but obviously she can't be underwater. I don't know.
There's underwater cameras.
Okay. But
I guess
she's not
you can't, like, talk underwater.
singing underwater. She's a real human.
Right.
I think it's going to be great, though. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be one of those things. I mean, you're right. Of all the live action, Aladdin was number one, but I have my hopes up for this one.
I do too. And I'm like I don't have high hopes. I would say I'm mitigating them because I don't know if you ever saw or were part of The Little Mermaid the musical.
I mean, I've seen like I've not seen it in person, but I've heard what you're
Trash.
So I wonder, okay, because your take on live action movies, is it because they're literally following the same exact storyline, just live action? Like, do you wish some things would be different, or you just...
I don't know, like, I love Frozen the musical,
I've never seen it.
which is basically like a live action Frozen.
But the songs are different, right?
But the songs are different. So, like, it's still something new. I don't know.
Okay. So, for Little Mermaid, because that's what we're talking about, do you want all the songs to be the same?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well,
I know. What about you?
I think I like when they follow the same storyline, but they give it a new take, because it was just like when we rode Peter Pan last week, and I said I wish they would remake Peter Pan, because I think some movies are falling off for kids. Like Peter Pan, I love the movie Peter Pan, but because it's like such an old movie and like the cinematography is so old, I guess it's not really cinematography at that point, is it? Because it's like animation. It's like so old that I don't think it catches like a kid's attention, and I want all of like the new generations of kids to be able to watch the Disney movie and get the same feels that we get, you know?
Agree,
So,
agree. And like they're getting their own new content, but like the originals are, I don't know, it's like classic.
oh, for sure. But I just like don't want like the Little Mermaid to not become a thing because it's older. So I'm hoping the live action, you get what I'm saying? We'll bring it back.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
Which speaking
I'm
of the
picking up
Peter
what you're putting down.
which speaking of the Peter Pan thing, there is a movie called Peter Pan and Wendy that they also announced is releasing on Disney Plus in 2023.
Oh, I missed
And
that.
yeah, I don't know a whole lot about it, but I'm excited about it because I literally said that when we were writing it last week. I don't know if it's a live action or if it's just a new take on it. It's not Peter Pan because the movie is Peter Pan and Wendy, so it's going to be a new story, but I'm glad they're doing something Peter Pan.
Heck yeah.
Another movie, I think maybe they released the trailer. I might not have seen it though, but it's Disenchanted. You know the movie Enchanted
Yeah.
with like Patrick Dempsey?
Yeah.
They're making a sequel and it's going to be on Disney Plus in November 24th. So that's like right around the corner.
Like that's the movie with Giselle, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Original cast, which is cool. I don't take my word on it. I think it's more of like a villains thing. I think that's why it's called like Disenchantment.
Okay.
But I might be wrong. And the last movie that caught my eye was they announced that there's going to be an Inside Out 2.
Really?
Yes. Coming out in summer of 2024 is when it's slated.
Okay, okay.
Any takes on that?
I mean, I loved Inside Out, and I think it's good for like emotion processing.
Yeah. I don't know what they'll do with it too, but I'm excited to see.
Right? Is it gonna be like Riley all grown up with like mood swings and stuff?
Wait, I'd kind of love that. Riley when she gets anxiety.
Yeah, like Riley, a teenager. I guess she was
Relatable.
kind of a teenager in the first movie.
Riley as an adult surviving.
Riley as an adult, right? Riley gets a job and has anxiety.
If they haven't started writing the plot, listen up. We got the idea.
Follow us.
Okay, and then that was it for the movies that caught my eye, but then there was a couple of TV things. Of course, they're on Disney Plus. The first one is they're doing a Santa Claus series. Like the Santa Claus movies, they're doing
Yeah,
it
like
as
Tim Allen?
they're doing it as a TV series. And
Oh,
that
God.
comes out on November 16th. So catch me watching that for sure.
Of this year?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah. The trailer was really, really cute. They had Peyton Manning in it. You know, I love football. So they had him in it and it was hilarious. Did a little dig at Tom Brady. Loved it.
Nice.
So, and it convinced Kyle to watch it too, which is nice.
Nice.
The other show is Zootopia Plus. It's like a Zootopia series, I guess. You think it's too much?
I don't know. I don't know if we need that.
Okay. Okay.
Do you think we need that?
I don't know. It's coming out on November 9th.
What was the point of Zootopia?
Okay, but I kind of liked Zootopia.
No, I liked Zootopia too, but like, what was the point? There's like an evil little rat
I could
guy.
see the series being like Zootopia as like Judy Hopps and Nick being cops or something. It's going to be like the children version of Cops.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe not. I think there's a new trailer. We probably should have watched the trailer before I did this. But if I had to guess what it was going to be, that's what it is. You know
Oh
what's
my
kind of
gosh.
sad?
What?
What do you think of when you think of Zootopia now?
Popsicles.
Oh, okay.
Well, like this is very specific, but I think about the Halloween parade and the Zootopia like pre-dance party. And
Yeah.
they used to throw out popsicles.
Okay, so that's what I think of too, but now I think of that being canceled and now it being Max singing Stand Out because it's just my favorite thing ever. I listen to Stand Out now in the car every single time I get in the car. I put it on, I jam out. It's so good.
Yes.
It's
I
so-
love a good pump up anthem.
And Stand Out from Goofy Movie is now it. So
I love it.
Zootopia kind of died to me. It's now a Goofy Movie. It really took a turn.
Agree.
Okay. We have more stuff. Disney, D23. Disneyland. Now, you're going to Disneyland kind of soon.
I know.
Like, when?
October.
That's soon. When was the last time you went there?
Like years ago. And I was completely cheated of my experience because Pirates was down, Haunted Mansion was down, no World of Color. All of Paradise Pier was closed because they were turning it into Pixar Pier. Yeah, so I went at like a really lame time. I mean, Cars, like I loved it, but
Incredible. Yeah, but you didn't see everything.
no.
Okay, so this one's going to be like a little hard to discuss. I've only been to Disneyland twice, and it was like probably like 3 years ago now. We are going there for part of our honeymoon, and I'm so excited. Disney.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people on the gram lately have been visiting Disneyland, and it's just making me even more excited. But D23 announced I feel like a lot of things happening in Disneyland, not so much Disney World, but.
Well, they deserve it.
Do they? I mean, they do,
They
but
don't
like.
have anything.
But everything they're. Okay, well, let me get to what's happening. Okay, so DCA is going to be San Francisco.
Get it together.
Oh my God, I'm trying. San Francisco from like Baymax.
What is going to be that?
Pacific Wharf at DCA.
Oh, all right.
But I've seen the pictures and it looks pretty cool.
All right.
I just like,
San Francisco.
I'm not going to lie to you, like Big Hero 6 isn't like my jam.
Not mine either.
Like it just didn't do anything for me. So
Me neither.
that whole, I guess, and it's going to have now like a meet and greet with Baymax. They did have a meet and greet with Baymax at Epcot at one point. It was pretty cool because like he is in like this big like marshmallow suit, but it's just like, I don't know. That doesn't do it.
He's real.
My bad. He was real.
Come on.
He
This
was
is a
real.
magical podcast.
My bad. Another thing, the Paradise Pier Hotel is now going to be Pixar Place Hotel.
Oh.
So it's going to become Pixar themed, which I love. I wish more Disney hotels would be like movie themed, personally.
Agree.
So I think that's going to be like super, super cool. And Kate
Very
added
cool.
that there's going to be a Finding Nemo themed splash pad.
Oh, cute. So I wonder if they're taking the splash pad from Art of Animation
And
and putting it over there.
Either way, very cool.
Very cool.
Again, I think more hotels should be like actually Disney themed, especially over there because there's only like 3. They only have Paradise Pier, the Disneyland Hotel, and Grand California.
Right.
The biggest news out of Disneyland, I think, is that Run Disney is returning in 2024.
I heard that.
Yeah.
I'm amped. And should we book it?
Yes.
Although, like, I never want to run again.
I know 2024 seems really far away to like continue in, even though I've like fallen off the workout train lately, but I'm going to get back on it. But I've heard that like, because Anaheim is like, or Disneyland is in the middle of like a city. So for them to do Run Disney, it's like, you never get bored, you know, like it's going to go by faster than Disney World when you're just like running on the highway.
Right. Right. And like the worst part of the Disney World runs are the highway stretches.
That and how the weather, you never know. I feel like Disneyland weather could be so much better.
Yeah.
I wonder what kind of like themed ones they will do.
Yeah. I wonder if they'll go back to the coast to coast challenge.
Ooh. I bet their themes are going to be Marvel, though.
Oh, gross.
You know, because they're like so big on Marvel over there.
How about like,
I know. I hope if they do that, then. Okay.
how about a Pixar run? How about a Pixar
Ooh,
run?
a Pixar would be good because you can do like run through Cars Land.
Yep. I'll
Sign me
plant
up.
that seed.
Sign me up.
Sign me up.
We need to speak all of our thoughts into existence because also at D23, I didn't write it down in here, but like on our last pod, we talked about how there was rumors that they were going to do a villains park, and we were like, probably not a park, but maybe a land. And at D23, they announced like things that were like they were talking about that aren't actually like officially happening, but they were talking about, and they were talking about a villain's land.
Really?
Yeah. And
Oh
we're
my
going to
God.
get
So,
there.
like, our listeners are spot on.
Yeah, and we aren't there yet, but we're going to get there. We talked about how they need to bring Happily Ever After back. Guess what's coming back? What else can we put out into the existence?
We talked about Mickey Pumpkins, and Mickey Pumpkins came back.
I'm going to say it again just to make sure it's in every single podcast. The Osborne of Dancing Lights should come back. We actually had a brilliant idea on our last trip.
We did.
If anybody is listening and would like to take notes, this would be very smart. The Speedway, what is it called? The Speedway? The
Tomorrowland Speedway.
Tomorrowland Speedway. They should put the dancing lights somewhere over there, even just half of the show. I don't care. And on Christmas party nights, you can ride a car through the dancing lights.
It would be epic.
Tell me it's not the best idea you've ever heard.
I mean, it would be like Traffic Jam Express. They would have to have people out there like flagging cars along. The you and I of the world would just park our car in the middle and be like,
You're right.
We're taking it in.
You're right. Well, they should have a slow lane and a fast lane.
Yeah.
There's ways. There is ways to do that.
Disney, we got your back.
I do. Okay. Also at Disneyland, they're getting, it says Magic Happens is returning, and then Disneyland Resort, 2 new nighttime spectaculars. World of Color and Wondrous Journeys, showcasing all 60 Walt Disney animated features.
Wow.
Yeah. Sounds
well, and you like love World of Color, right?
I did love World of Color. I don't know what it says 2 nighttime spectaculars. World of Color, which is already there. Maybe they're getting
We're gonna have 2.
What?
Instead of just having 1 nighttime spectacular, there are going to be 2.
Oh, I read this as like World of Color happening in California Adventure and Wondrous Journeys happening at Disneyland.
I think that's accurate.
So what do you mean World of Color is already there? I'm thinking maybe they're getting an update.
I don't know. Also, they have Fantasmic. So isn't it 3 nighttime spectaculars?
Wow, they have it all over there. Let's go.
They have the better Fantasmic too, I've heard, although I've never seen it.
We gotta go. Maybe Clifflix has it.
Oh my God, maybe Clifflix has it.
Okay, moral of that is we need to go to Disneyland.
Done.
Okay, so here's what we got at Disney World. It's kind of disappointing.
No, it's not. We got like the best news ever. Just start out with a bang.
You're right. We have the best news ever. Happily Ever After is returning.
It is a happily ever after, just like the storybooks say.
But like I told you, it's not the happily ever after show. It is a updated, like the way he worded it made it sound like it's the anthem happily ever after. Like Jordan Fisher is returning, but I think they're updating the actual show.
I mean, like I'll judge it when I see it, but they can't ruin it, can they?
No.
Can they ruin it?
I'm going to say this, and that's going to ruin it to you. They could add Coco. I don't know. Maybe they're going to like update certain parts. I think there are parts of Enchantment that they could add to it to like make it even more spectacular. The only part I'm thinking of is Elsa booming things out the sky. So I think that they could do some cool things like that. I don't know. I'll be very curious to see it, obviously.
I'm curious to see it too, but like also I loved did you see somebody commented in our group that we should do a viewing party for the podcast?
Yeah, everybody should buy dessert party tickets on like one day that we'll plan a trip. That could be really fun.
Yeah, I love it. Fly down, we'll have like a reunion happily ever after party.
Oh my God, tears will be shed.
Tears will be shed. Everybody can eat desserts with you.
Everybody can drink beers with you. Champagnes with you.
Right.
Okay, along with Happily Ever After, Epcot is getting an all-new nighttime spectacular to debut late 2023. So you and I did a lot of discussing on your couch about this, and with AJ, your husband, and he is I think I said it, but now he is convinced that they're gonna bring in drones for this show.
Yeah. That's our prediction that we're trying to manifest here, because the drone show at Disney Springs for
That-
Christmas, like many moons ago.
I was gonna say, like,
awesome.
it had to have been like three. That was before COVID, so it was
Right.
a while ago. Yeah. We then YouTube videos of drones to see what they could do. And they are using drones in Disneyland Paris right now, so it's almost like they're
Although,
testing
like,
them out.
not very impressively.
You're completely right, but it was just a test.
Yeah, it was. I think it was a test.
So that is our guess for Epcot. Is they're getting drones.
Yeah, we think drones.
And please move the eyesore that is in the middle of the water. That has got to go.
The mistake on the lake.
Out.
Out.
Also, Disney World, I don't know your take on this, is getting a Figment meet and greet.
I heard that, and like, it's so funny how many people are divided on it. Even the Figment fans are like divided on it.
Well, here's the thing. I didn't touch on it, but Disneyland got this. It's already out. This cool Hulk is like meeting, like Marvel, of course, but he's like in this crazy suit. He's huge. He's cool. Oh, it looks pretty cool.
He's real, Shelby.
He is real. Yeah,
Not in a suit.
No. It's the Hulk in like a suit.
Oh, like a business suit?
No, like a suit that the Hulk would wear. I don't know.
All right. Oh, like a Speedo. Not a Speedo,
No, I don't know what he's supposed to be. You know what? Hold on.
Right.
I think this is in our notes that Kate gave us.
Look it up.
Bear with me here.
Search in the notes.
Okay, I can't find it. But, Smart Hulk in a quantum suit.
Oh.
Do you know what that is?
Nope.
Me either.
Probably something cool.
But I'm just saying they got that in Disneyland and we're getting Figment.
I mean, listen, Figment needs some love. There are people who are obsessed with Figment, and
I
also
agree.
the meet and greets at Epcot are lacking.
Okay, fine. So I used to love, do you remember Wreck-It Ralph used to meet in
Yes.
Epcot? That was a good one.
And Vanellope, yeah, they were great.
Now we get Figment. Okay.
And, wow.
I get that people love Figment. He, again, just doesn't do anything for me.
Oh, he does it for me. It's because
Okay.
you're too young, I think.
We're not that, our age gap isn't that much.
I think it is. I think it's enough that, like,
Oh, okay.
you don't remember Figment.
All right, next.
Back up. Do you remember, like, Figment in its glory days when there was, like, the rainbow tube of magic and, like...
I don't.
Correct. So you don't know about it at all. What it is now is like a shell of its former self.
Well, then they need to, like, give him back some life so that everybody
I
can
agree.
appreciate his meet and greet.
I totally agree.
Great. Next, we saw this a little bit. The Tron Light Cycle Run is expected to open in spring of 2023. We
Nice.
saw a car go when we were on the People Mover last week. Very cool. Will you ride
Looks
that?
awesome.
Will
Would I ride it?
Will you? Yeah.
I don't know. Does it go upside down?
I can't imagine that it does the way that you sit like on a motorcycle. I can't imagine that you're in well enough for it to go upside down, so I'm not sure.
If I don't have to go upside down, I'll ride it.
At least once to like see it.
Yeah.
I'm-
Unless it's a bunch of screens. Like Guardians, I won't ride.
See, I truly don't know. I know that Tron is already in another park. I think it's Tokyo.
Yep.
So I suppose we could look it up, but I don't know because you are in that one building first and then you come outside. So I don't know what's in that one building. If it's like just dark or what.
Yeah.
I'm very excited. I told you this. Maybe it's like, I don't know if I should be saying this on the podcast, but like we're getting married. Duh. And I'm like, want kids right away. And I'm like, maybe we have to wait so that I can make sure that I can ride Tron. Priorities.
That was pretty funny.
They also touched a little bit on Tiana's Bayou adventure taking over.
I'm like so torn about how I feel about
Really?
that. What's your take?
Well, have you seen the pictures of like what it's expected to look like?
Yeah, I think it's going to be beautiful. I'm not upset about it. Like, I think that it's going to be a great thing, but I also, I don't know, it's like part of history. Do I think that ride is like offensive in many ways? Yes.
Yeah,
Do I think that it could be like cleaned up instead of just like turned into a completely new experience? Also, yes.
that
So
is
like I'm
fair.
just a little bothered that we had to,
That we're
take a
getting rid of a
class of them.
classic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like historic. I don't know. Like the bad parts are bad and should go away. I'm not
agreed.
arguing with that at all.
Agreed.
But like I don't know, there were some good parts in there too.
No, I completely agree, and it is like it's an original. I will say, have you like I didn't ride that ride for a long time because I just would rather not be wet.
Same.
Kyle made us ride that, and I think since him, we've probably ridden it a couple times. It is so long.
It is right. It's a really long ride. I love it. It's like the glory days.
It is so long. So what they are gonna do for Tiana in there and what they can do
Yep.
because it's so long, I think is gonna be like so magical and amazing. But
Agree.
and they're saying it's not going to open until November of 2024, so that makes sense because I don't even think it's closed yet. We saw it running,
We saw it running, but with empty logs.
but I think it was just happened to be an empty log.
Yeah, I don't know.
So I'm excited for it.
I'm listen, all that to say, I'm super excited for it. I think that Tiana deserves more attention.
Agreed.
I think that the Tiana ride, I think the theming of Tiana in that ride is like an excellent fit. I think it's going to be like an instant hit. And
Yes.
like you said, it's a long ride. So, like, props to Tiana for getting a long ride because if it was a new ride, we know it wouldn't be long because,
Not a
like,
chance.
Mine Train is 5 seconds.
I was just thinking Mine Train when you said that.
Yeah, it's dumb. But, yeah.
I'm excited for it.
Yeah, me too.
Did you see that they are also, this is a D23, we're done with Magic Kingdom. That was really all that we got that I can write home about.
Wow.
They're doing another new cruise ship called the
No.
Treasure.
Oh, yeah. Who's on it?
Like who's the statue?
Yeah.
Jasmine, Aladdin, and the magic carpet. But I think
Cute.
it's supposed to have like that Peter Pan, maybe like on the ship is Peter Pan. I might be making that up.
On the back.
Yeah, but I might be making that up.
Yeah.
But then I'm
be.
also looking at our notes here because I know that she put it. The Wish ship is like it's right now. It's at I don't know if you know this. So right now it's doing like what the Dream used to do, that really quick cruise to the Bahamas, Castaway Key and back.
Yeah.
That's what the Wish is doing right now, but it's soon moving to somewhere far.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Now I can't. She wrote so many notes that I'm like I can't find what I'm.
Okay, great.
I know she is excellent. Oh, I can't find it. But anyways, my thought was like, oh my gosh, I need to go get on the Wish. I want to sail the Wish before it goes far away, and I'm not gonna do that.
When are we going? When are we sailing?
Gotta be soon. When do you want to go?
Toot, toot.
When do you want to
I'll
go?
go anytime.
Great. Well, you're like traveling everywhere.
I know.
Okay, and then the last big thing that they announced, I feel like they didn't share a whole lot, or I didn't do enough research, was they're going to be starting in January Disney 100 Years of Wonder, because Disney will be 100 years old.
Okay, and what is it?
I think they're just celebrating 100 years, like everywhere.
Oh, okay.
So this is another prediction.
Okay.
Since at Walt Disney World, they celebrate the 50th, and they could only wrap the monorail 50%. Now that we're going to celebrate the 100th year, I assume we will get a fully wrapped monorail. I just would have to assume that.
I love it.
That's all I got, though, for the 100. I assume they're going to do something big. It's odd to me that not a whole lot about it got announced. But maybe not.
Yet. We'll find out.
But I would like to hope we get a fully wrapped monorail out of that.
Oh my gosh, that's the least we could ask for. Also, like, are they just going to paint over all the 50th rugs? 100.
I want to know what they're going to do with all the 50th stuff.
They'll probably be at the cast connection or like theme. Do you know about my favorite thing that I haven't thought about in so long was theme park connection.
Is that where they like you can buy stuff?
It's not owned by Disney. It's like third party, and I don't know what their relationship is to Disney that they get all the coolest stuff.
It's
But
like a
like,
almost
if
like
you're going to replace the sign for the Haunted Mansion with like a new sign because it like of the exact same print, just like it's been worn down, you can buy like the worn down one there.
well, they're about to get an abundance of 50th.
Yes.
Lots of rugs.
Yeah. That's where you can buy like people bought old bedding from the resorts. You can do
Yes.
your house like in old All-Star Sports themed bedding if you wanted.
I don't think I would
Or,
pick
like,
All Star Sports, but I would pick like the Polynesian.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Well, the 50th merch is coming there soon
Yeah, we'll have to keep our eyes peeled for rugs.
for all the rugs. I don't want one of those in my house though.
You don't or you do?
I don't.
Oh, no, I don't either.
No.
Could go in my garage. It could go on my front porch, I suppose.
If your front porch is huge, they are massive.
You're right. You're right.
I don't know. I have like a real thing against these rugs.
I know. What a waste.
I know.
Maybe somebody's like in with a rug guy at Disney. Like one of the execs' best friends owns a rug company.
And he gets deals on the rugs.
He gets like a deal, or like not even that he gets a deal, but just like his buddy at Disney is like, I'll give you the contract.
So we're going to get 100th year rugs for sure.
I think so.
For
Yeah,
sure.
For sure.
Well, that's all I got for D23 stuff. You had anything else?
No, that's what I heard. I mean, that's what I
Those
heard.
are the things-
I stopped when I heard Happily Ever After.
I
was
know.
Like, oh, thank God, all is right with the
My
world.
phone was blowing up when that announcement happened, and it was like it happened at like 1 o'clock during week 1 of football kickoff. So I was like, I can't even pay attention to football right now. I'm like, do you understand what's happening? Happily Ever After is returning.
I know you were texting me like immediately. It was awesome.
Well, I just like it when my trip last week with you. It came up. My time hop was like a year ago. We watched Happily Ever After for what we thought was going to be the last time, and now we get to watch it again. And Kyle gets to see it because he never saw Happily Ever After the first time. And by the time it comes out, I'm going to have a husband. What?
Gross.
I know. We're going to have to go watch it. All of us. AJ too.
Yeah.
We're going to drag AJ to go watch fireworks.
He'll do it if there's like a dessert party involved. He just won't do it if it's like a mass crowd situation.
I feel that.
Yeah, which I think that I won't anymore either.
Cliff Flicks.
Cliff Flicks.
Okay, we have to make a deal though. Like the last time, we're not watching it unless we watch it with each other.
Oh, fine.
So we're not watching it on Cliff Flicks for the first time, obviously.
No.
We will get a dessert
not
party.
Ever After.
No. We'll get a dessert party and watch it together for the first time.
Yep.
You can hear it from your house, the fireworks, but do not go and watch it without me.
I'll just watch it from outside. That's enough.
Don't even Google the music, nothing.
No, you're the one who Googles the music.
Yeah, I did that. I won't do it. I won't do it though.
All right.
Okay. Deal.
We just want to, well, no, we did hear the song. Maybe we'll like do the song on the pod live. Like, well, not live, but like we'll listen to it and then do like a live reaction.
Well, the song's going to be the same. The song's going to be Happily Ever After.
Well, they're going to change something that we're going to notice. You and I know that show like the back of our hand.
They're going to, I think like the songs are going to stay the same. They're going to change the
booms are different.
They're going to change the middle content.
Like,
I don't know this. I'm just assuming.
Yeah.
I don't.
You think they're going to change, like, they're just going to add projections and stuff, or you think there's going to be new music?
I think they might take new musics. Like, I think Coco's coming. I think Encanto. We're going to hear Bruno.
You're right. You're right. We will definitely talk about Bruno.
Yeah. I don't know for sure. I'm just assuming. It's not the original show.
No, you're right. You're right.
Like, I think, and like I said to you, I think they're going to do the projections on the Main Street. Now that they have that.
It's fine. Take it or leave it.
They'll probably have better lasers because that was an enchantment.
Lasers are legit. I know that makes me a child of the 90s, but like I love the lasers.
So I don't think they're going to ruin it. I don't think they're going to ruin it, but I do think we're going to be talking about Bruno. We're going to have lasers, maybe a little Coco.
Listen, I'll take a little Coco. I just don't like to be dominated by Coco.
I have a take.
Yeah.
I hope they put in some new Frozen, like Frozen 2 music into it.
That would be awesome.
That would be
Yeah.
cool. Some show yourself.
Agree. Would love it.
That would be incredible. All right. That's all I got.
Disney, we hope you're listening.
I do too. They've listened to us before. Wouldn't be
No kidding.
surprised. All
Love
right.
it.
Anything else?
No, I'm just happy to be here. Also,
Oh,
I guess I should just say by the time people are listening, we'll have to do like a little debrief about the storm because
I know.
it's a coming.
I meant to talk about that.
Yeah.
Are you prepared and ready? Or are you going to go get prepared and ready after this?
I scored a jackpot today. I was able to fill my car up with gas. So
Great.
like it is a state of, I mean, it's a literal state of
No, it
emergency
is.
here, but like people get bananas. So like all the gas stations are already closed almost. I had to go like first thing in the morning to get gas and the Pepsi truck was like unloading cases of water. So I just like waited at the 7-Eleven for them to scan in the cases of water so that I could get some.
It's crazy.
Been like bananas. And if I'm supposed to go to New York for during the storm, but if I don't make it out, I have to sleep at work.
At work?
Yeah, like I have to go on tomorrow night. We're like getting locked in. So
Oh my
I have a
gosh.
flight Wednesday morning, so hopefully I'll get out. But if I don't, because the lovely elderly people need,
Need you.
supervision and care.
Oh my gosh.
So like, yeah.
I didn't realize you were preparing this much.
You what?
I didn't realize you were preparing this much.
Oh yeah, we get like locked in with the residents through Friday at the minimum.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well,
Yeah,
keep
like-
me posted on that. And
Yeah, it's
will-
crazy.
or do you feel like okay, so like hurricanes down there is like when nor'easter snowstorms hit up here and everything goes crazy. Does it stress you out? Does it like make you scared? Like what's your feelings on this?
It doesn't stress me out. There's only been one time where I like had severe anxiety during a hurricane, and it was like during the hurricane, and I was like, it was just so loud in our house and so like violent outside that I was like in a closet. It was scary.
No, it
but
can,
other than
like,
that,
I've seen videos. Because
Yeah.
I'm not from around there and obviously don't spend long times there. When it's like a crazy thunderstorm, it like freaks me out because I'm just not used to that.
yeah, I remember that storm, like the light poles were all angled because they all got blown over, and like I have fencing in the back and all the panels blew out of the fencing between our yards. It was like wild.
Yeah,
but
it's not great.
It doesn't freak me out. And I also kind of love, like if I wasn't leaving on vacation, I would absolutely 110% be scheduling a park day for Wednesday because the parks will be desolate.
But also soaking wet. We've done that before.
Yeah, but it's like who cares?
I don't know. That day that we were there, well, I guess we weren't prepared, but
You're talking about the day when we were at studios?
yeah, let's tell this one story to end the pod. It was during the April run.
Yep.
We're sitting in our hotel room, like not sure what to do. This happens more often than not. And we're looking at the weather and we're looking outside and it's like a black cloud. But we're like, do you think we can make it to studios? Like ride Runaway Railway, or should we just like hang out in the hotel room? We waited. I swear we must have sat there and contemplated for like 2 hours. And then finally we're like, let's do it. Let's go to Hollywood Studios. So we go. We got down Hollywood Boulevard. Poured.
Like not just poured, like sheets of rain.
We were standing like close to the buildings, like underneath an awning, but did not do anything. We were still soaked. And you could see the wind like literally making waves of the rain that had already fallen on the ground.
It was bananas. Like kids were fully not jumping in puddles, but like jumping in lagoons. It was like
and
crazy.
anytime the wind blow, it would like splash just water at us. Oh my gosh.
We were screaming. Like it was embarrassing for us.
We were just not dressed appropriately. I had sneakers on. We were soaked. So we walked in, stood in the rain, and left.
Literally. I don't think we rode anything.
No, we didn't, because it like didn't stop raining, and we were like, what are we gonna do?
We just stood there in the rain.
We were pruny.
We were pruny. And then finally when it let up, it was still pouring, but when it let up like a smidgen, We were like, all right, let's walk to the car. We walked to the car, and the second we get in the car, dry.
Yeah, it was, but we were
We're
soaked,
hot.
so it was
We're
like
soaking wet.
we weren't gonna stay.
Right.
Oh, it was rough. Well, I hope you stay dry, and I hope you stay
Thank you.
safe.
Thank you.
And we will have to recap how all that went. Fingers crossed. There's nothing to recap.
No recap.
No recrapping for you next week. Alrighty, I'll talk to you next week.
All right. Bye. Love you guys.
Bye.